Hey, wave babes. So, I had to write everything down. So, please excuse that. I hope it doesn't bother you, but stuff was just coming to me and I have to jot things down. I'm just like that. And these are important things to know when waving. Okay, keeping your hair moisturized is very important because you're doing so much brushing. Even if you don't do as much brushing as you like, you're still doing a lot of brushing. Or you're doing excess brushing more than usual. So, when you condition and you wash your hair, I recommend deep conditioner. I recommend hair masks. I recommend letting them stay on your head with the do-rag on, still tight. Let it sit about 15-20 minutes or whatever while you cook dinner or something while you occupying your time and time is going by, and the longer the better. And then wash it out with the do-rag still on your head so that way it'll stay flat and the pressure from the water won't be in different directions. The main goal of the waves is to train your hair to lay flat. So when you're brushing, unless you brush different degrees than 360, it's still the same thing. You're just training your hair to lay flat in that direction that you brush. So rinse your conditioner out with the do-rag on and leave the do-rag on while your hair dries. Don't take the do-rag off wet because your hairs will stick to the do-rag and it'll lift up. So yes, use a hair mask, deep conditioner. And just on a regular basis in the morning after you take your do-rag off, I use a cool rag. If my hair wasn't colored, I would use a warm rag because I have low porosity hair, meaning that products sit on top of my hair. So I'm more along the cool / warm water side now since I had this color. And cool water keeps your color. Warm water opens your pores and your hair strands and releases your hair color. So I'm trying to preserve my little blue. You could barely see it, but it's blue. Yes. So with your hair, with your warm rag or your cool rag. Also, if you have high porosity hair, you use a cool rag. If you have lower porosity hair like me, you use a warm rag so that your strands open to allow the product to penetrate your strands versus just sit on top. But if you don't use a rag, wet your hands under the faucet, shake it to get the excess water off and slowly rub the water on your hair, re-wet it, whatever, and then re-wet it. Then put your product on. I use Cantu leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner is probably your best bet because you will be brushing on and off throughout the day, and you need something to benefit your strands besides the fact that you're brushing. Because you're brushing, you want your hair to hold as much moisture as possible. And so I switch off between my Cantu leave-in conditioner and the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. The Curl Enhancing Smoothie keeps my hair soft throughout the day to where it feels moisturized. But the Cantu, I more so get the benefit of the nourishment of conditioning my hair. So I switch between the two. And I put the product on slowly because when you this includes brushing too. When you go more fast, you kind of like sweep over your hair. Versus slow, you go strand by strand, and you can kind of visualize product on my hand. If I'm doing it slower, then it's spreading on strand by strand more so versus, you know, slapping it on like. So yeah, no. And then after you put your product on, use a soft brush to slowly smooth it into your strands. A soft brush. After your product, use a soft brush. After you take your do-rag off at night, when you take it off in the morning, also use a soft brush so that you don't kick your hairs up. But anyway, yes, curl enhancing smoothie, some type of leave-in conditioner, and oil to seal it. The oil is for your scalp, so you're gonna be doing a lot of brushing. True enough, the leave-in conditioner and the curl enhancing smoothie are beneficial for your hair as well as your scalp, but the oil is more so beneficial for your scalp. You don't want flakes because you're doing all that brushing, and you know, everybody's hair is different, and your hair might pick up more nutrition from your leave-in, your cream leave-in, or the Shea Moisture, and it on the other end, your hair might do better with oils. You know, some people hair do better with oils, some people hair do better with cream, so that way you get the best of both worlds. So yes, slowly apply whatever to your hair and brush with a soft brush when you first put it on. Then you can go ahead and do your medium brushing throughout the day. And the do-rag. Back to the do-rag. So we know that the do-rag compresses your hair. All the brush work that you got going on throughout the day, the do-rag holds it down. It how can I put it? Just like your oil seals the product that you put in, the do-rag seals your brush work throughout the day. So all that brushing you did, when you compress it with the do-rag, you see your progress and the work paid off from all your brushing that you've done. So I recommend brushing throughout the day on and off, and then when you get home, put your do-rag on or your spandex cap on just to get that progress from them brush sessions. Then later on that night, take your do-rag off and start back brushing, and then put your do-rag on again before you go to sleep. You know, so yeah, we know it compress your hair. That's what the do-rag is for, and that's what it's ideal for. But you want that do-rag on to show you your progress as well as protect your hair from daily activity. To protect your hair from your material of your sheets and your linen. So do-rag is important. It seals your work and it protects the moisture of your hair, because keeping your hair moisturized and conditioned is so important with brush waving, because those bristles are lightweight tough. Even the medium brush is softer than a hard brush, but it's still, you know, it's drying. It can be drying if your hair isn't moisturized. So I recommend finding a double-sided brush, the brush with the medium side and the soft side on the other side. So that way, when you do your brushing, just like how you tie your hair down with the do-rag, when you're not at home, after you do your brushing, you're able to brush on the soft side to lay your hairs down from that brush work that you just did. So say I've been brushing on the whole way to the grocery store. Then I get to the grocery store and I'm about to get out the car. I flip my brush around to the soft side and I brush just to lay that brush work down, since I don't have a do-rag. kind of like the sealer, just like how the do-rag seals your brush work, just like the oil seals everything else that you put in your hair. The soft brush seals your brush work that you just did when you're not able to put a do-rag on. The most important things to know about waving is the fact that you have to brush. Of course, we can't brush 24/7, but you can catch yourself finding moments where you think to yourself, I could be brushing right now, and do so. So like while driving, I be like, dang, I could be brushing. Or when the food is cooking, you know, I done prepared dinner, is going, and I'll be like, dang, I could be brushing. And I'll sit there on the computer while I cook dinner brushing. Or while me and the kids watching a movie, I'll brush. Or when the kids go to sleep and I'm on the phone, I'll have my earphones in and I'll brush. If I decide to do some schoolwork at night, I'm brushing. Like, I brush. And as a woman, I find it more convenient to use a palm brush. I don't have it with me. My next video I'll show you. But it's just a regular palm brush. It's medium, but it's about this round, and I'm able to brush more so discreetly. It's clear I'm brushing. When you look at me, you know I'm brushing my hair. But by it being a palm brush, it's a little bit more discreet. And recently I've been slow brushing, so while I'm brushing, I don't feel so, you know, I'm not as anxious. I'm not as anxious about brushing and somebody see me. As a woman, I will say that I find it a little bit uncomfortable sometimes to brush every time I feel the urge to, just because I'm a woman. But that's a whole nother topic. But I will throw out there that a palm brush calms that anxiety, and slow brushing also calms that anxiety. Is something about slow brushing that's more beneficial, as well as it's more beneficial for me with the way that I feel like I look while brushing. Curved brushes, straight brushes. Okay, the curved brush contours to the shape of your head. Okay, it contours to the shape of your head. So while you brush, you know, the bone structure of your skull, that's just the way, that's what it is. Your bone structure, the shape of your head, the curved brushes contour to that. So, you know, slower brushing with that is the bomb, and you'll probably see more way faster that way, with, you know, where it contours your head and you're brushing slower. But a straight brush, you more liable to sweep over the shape of your head, not brushing slowly. So if you have a straight brush and you're not brushing slow, you kind of like, you know, you go over, like when a car go over the railroad track. The faster you go, you know, you kind of like, but the slower you go, you know, so if you have a curved brush, I recommend brushing slower, because that's more like concentrated brushing. But if you have a straighter brush, I really recommend you brushing slower, just to ensure that you know, you're not going over spots by you know, brushing fast and the straight brush sweeping over the curvatures of your head, versus brushing slower and getting it all. Slow brushing is key. Brushing, period, is key. Tying your hair down at night is key. Tying your hair down when you're at home, when you're not brushing, is also key. So that's that for now. Those are a few things that I jotted down that I really, really felt the need to speak on. I think I'm gonna make more videos at a time just to ensure that I get everything out there, because I find myself jotting stuff down and trying to figure out ways to condense it all together. But for real, I could just come to you as the stuff comes to me, just to get it off, just to get it out there to you. And that's that. Boop. I'm a booper. I do boop. That's what I do. So, yes, women with brush waves, I'm trying to make it so that you can count on me. And I'm new to this, and this is my first cut. This is my first cut since my woofing. That woofing that I had, that 6-week woofing, I went to the barber shop and I really wasn't that satisfied. But everything happened for a reason, and it gave me a chance to lightweight start from scratch since I put this color in my hair. But we'll talk about that later as well. But yes, slow brushing, applying your product slowly, brushing slowly, using a soft brush after you put on your product, putting on a do-rag after you've done your brush work the whole day. Also ensuring the fact that the linen of your bed does not soak up the moisture in your hair. And you know, I don't know, I love my my wave phase that I'm going through now. And tips and tricks. Who's there? Angelia who? Tips and tricks are what I'm going to bring to you, because as a woman, I feel like it's something that we shouldn't shy away from. I find myself shying away from this style just because I feel like it's a guy thing, but it's really a hairstyle. And now I really see how they end up brushing. Like, you, even when I was in school, I could think of a couple dudes, handful of guys that always was brushing their hair. And I get it now. But as a woman, I'm coming to you to let you know that it's cool, it's possible. I'm still feminine, I'm still cute. And I'm just feeling the process, because the since I done made brushing a habit, when I look in the mirror, I see all my brushing coming into play. Like, all my brushing, I see how the habit is worth having if you want to keep the hairstyle. And that's all I'm gonna say. But keep your hair moisturized, period. Keep your hair moisturized, period. Don't let your hair be thirsty while dry brushing. And really, that's all we're doing is dry brushing, period. But as long as your hair is not thirsty, you're good. So talk to you later, wave babes.